Hello everyone! Welcome to Hecate's Dungeon. We're starting a new campaign, Princes of the Apocalypse. We're going to be attempting to run an official campaign from a book, and hopefully it will work. We've got some new players this evening, and we hope you will all be entertained. I'd like the players to please introduce ourselves. I'm Kate, I'll be the Dungeon Master for this campaign, and over to people in token or icon order, please. So over to you, Shrug.
Alright, hello, I am Shrug, and I be playing Hawser, Stout Barrel, the Dwarf Pirate, and Cleric of the Bitch Queen Umberlee.
It begins. I'm so glad. I'm so glad that caught me off guard.
Alright, Lauren.
Hi, I'm Lauren, and I'm going to be playing Whisper, a Wood Elf Rogue.
What's that sound in the background?
Oh, it's probably my fan.
The aliens.
It sounded like somebody blowing through a straw into some drink. I
have no idea.
Is that? Okay. Oh my god. Alright, Cinder.
Alright. Hey, I'm Cinder, and I'll be playing Hephaestus Redwrist, who is a halfling paladin, and the finest blacksmith in the land, if I do say so myself.
Oh,
Yes.
man.
Corey?
I'm Corey. I'll be playing Gunnar Earthweaver. He is a stone sorcerer from the Unearthed Arcana stuff. A homesteader from the southern Faerunian area. He's an outlander and new to the area.
Very good. And newcomers, we have Lizzie and Jade. So, Lizzie.
Hello, I'm Lizzie. I will be playing Morgana Blue, who is a Water Genasi druid.
Nice. We've never had a druid before. This is exciting.
Mm.
Yeah.
Except for that one episode where we had a Catgirl druid back in the old series.
And she became a capitalist. She started as a capitalist and became a communist.
That's right! Yeah, communism cat. She was great. But I'm sure Morgana will live up to this legacy by being an amazing druid.
I'm sure she will try.
We hope. Fingers crossed.
Last but not least, we have Jade. Hopefully Alex will also turn up at some point, but last but not least for now is Jade.
Hi, I'm Jade, and I'm going to play Rem Glassback, Rock Gnome Artificer, and I am very excited to be playing this class.
Already excited.
I love that so much.
This is already shaping up to be a great time.
Oh boy.
This is essentially going to be how many of us can do however many bad accents in the course of 2 hours.
In the game of accents, you win or you die. That's how it goes.
Live free or die hard.
Oh my god, this is amazing. Alright, so beginning the adventure. For your various reasons, you've all made your way to the region of this little settlement called Red Larch. It's kind of a frontier town out in sort of the fields and the hills that sort of some miles, about a day or two's travel to the east from Neverwinter. You've been sort of travelling from the various parts of the realm that you're from. Each of you have travelled for different reasons. You've heard of a lot of strange things going on in this region. There's been a trade delegation that's gone missing, just mysteriously vanished. It was made up of a mixture of people, like some dwarves, some elves, some humans, and it just sort of just went missing. This was one of the last places it was seen, was a town on the road called Belliard. So you sort of partially wondering where that's gone, and also the region has been lately plagued with really strange freak storms and weather, like just sudden like heat waves, massive storms, lightning strikes, blizzards out of nowhere, hailstorms, just coming and going. It's been very strange and rather unnatural. And so you've made your way and ended up in this little settlement called Red Larch. And sort of you've stayed the night at this inn. It's an inn called the Swinging Sword. It has a big wooden sword that kind of swings outside like it's suspended on chains in front of the door. It's a comfortable place, 3 stories high, lots of chimneys. And while you've been sort of looking into your various quests that you've come to the region for, you've kind of noticed each other, mostly because you're pretty much some of the only non-humans in this town, so you couldn't help but notice each other. And the townsfolk couldn't help but notice you. You've been getting some strange looks in these parts. It's pretty rare to see. Occasionally they see dwarves. There's a halfling who works in the town who's known to most people, but most of them have never seen a gnome or an elf, and especially not a water genasi. So you've been something of a curiosity to them. Just gonna make sure that music's not too loud, sorry. And so you kind of all ended up sitting on a table together one evening just because you were the only people who weren't staring at each other, because you're the only ones who aren't humans here and everyone else is staring at you. And you got to drinking and hanging out, and then a man who you'd seen around town happened to come up to your table. He's maybe in his 30s. He's got wiry hair. He's quite sort of well built. He looks like he could bash someone's heads in with his fist. He looks really tough, but he's got a friendly looking face with sort of a calm expression that suggests he's not the violent type if he can help it. And he wanders over to your table and he has a good look at you all and he goes, "Evening. You wouldn't happen to be some of those adventurers, would you?"
And who starts?
Depends
Everyone
on who
stares
be doing
blankly.
the asking and who's setting the price.
Oh.
I'm Constable Harbuck. I run the law enforcement in this town, and I've been hunting for some bandits on the road, and you lot look like adventurers. Now, I hope that's not presumptuous of me, but, well, it's enough work trying to keep the peace in this town. I don't get down that road too often. Haven't been able to find hide nor hair of those bandits, and, well, if you were able to find them out, I'd let you keep any of the gold that they happen to have on them, because they've stolen a certain amount and some weapons. Even a nobleman reported that his prized boar had been stolen by them, if you'd believe that.
Gunnar takes Gunnar doesn't really say much, but he shows a face of a special offense to the boar being stolen.
Morgan
I
has a
know.
particularly deadpan face.
Just staring like a dead fish.
Oh no, no smiling. Because she's in a town with people, she's put on some sunglasses. She's got some nice little tinted. She's just sitting there like, if I don't smile, I won't freak him out. It's great.
Well, if you want to look into it, it's to the south of the town. You just follow the road to the south, and hopefully you'll find them. If you need to find me, by the way, I work at the butcher's down the road when I'm not patrolling around the town.
I do have a quick question for you.
Yeah?
Any idea what they might look like? Anything we might look out for?
Well, I've heard that they'd stolen a wagon, so they'd probably be with that. And, look, I don't know, humans, what is it? I think it's 2 blokes, 2 girls, or something. They'll have bows and things, and they look like a right rough lot in, you know, armour, weapons, scruffy looking.
He gives him a short look and says, "Alright, so humans riding a wagon down the long road with bows, various other things that are deadly implements." That's not exactly a rare thing, but I suppose we'll find something.
He digs around in his bag and finds some testimony about from various townspeople that he's been sort of picking up, and he gives you the description of the bandits, sort of, you know, it sounds like descriptions of fairly average looking humans to you. They're all sort of around 20 to 30 years old. They're mostly Tetherian, which is the most common race of humans in these parts. So they're sort of, you know, like pinkish coloured skin, mostly like brown hair, that kind of thing.
Suppose we'll know them more by their actions and their appearances.
Yeah, if you were to pretend to be like going down there for travel or for mercantile business, it'd probably spring on you.
Right, well, just willing to look like a caravan.
One more thing. Will you be wanting them alive?
I was just about to ask the same thing.
I doubt that'll be necessary. I mean, if you can bring them in alive, well, that's great, but honestly, I doubt they'll let you take them alive.
Morgana starts smiling, and it just
Ren
gets bigger and bigger.
Ren
Oh my
puts
goodness.
her hand out onto Morgana's arm, sort of like, less teeth. Less teeth, less teeth.
Oh. Smile dims.
The
Smile,
Constable
just
Harbour. The constable looks slightly perturbed by the lady with the giant grin of sharp, pointy teeth, and kind of tips his hat and backs his way out of the inn as quickly as he can. And
I wish I had your way with people.
Oh, darling, it's one hell of a gift.
Oh no.
So the sun is low in the sky right now. You guys were just having a drink after you'd had your evening meal. The food, by the way, is not served at the Swinging Sword. They have commonly problems with the chimneys in the kitchens that have caused a number of fires over months, until the point they just stopped serving hot food here. They only serve a few snacks. If you want food, you have to go across the road to the other tavern, the Helmet High Sun, where everyone goes to get food and drinks.
There's no heating either.
There's oh no,
It's a very cold tavern.
The Swinging Sword is a comfortable place. The chimneys for the regular fires seem to work fine. It's just in the kitchens, the big sort of cooking fire with the ovens for bread and things just doesn't work, and so it's extremely hard to cook the kind of quantities you'd need to feed guests at an inn. So most people who want to eat, they go across the road to the Helmet High Sun, where they serve food and drinks, and things tend to get a bit dingy and rowdy, and lots of alcohol and things.
Yes, let the kegs never stop flowing, huh?
Yeah. So, by the way, in your handouts you will find a map of the town that lists what the numbers of the places represent, what the names of the places are. So you are currently in area 2 of the map, which is here. I'll just ping it. So that's that big building, the Swinging Sword. And you are the only non-humans in this inn currently, except for a guy in priestly vestments sat at one of the tables, who appears to be a half-elf.
Hauser is already standing and is making to leave.
Gunnar is doing similarly, although he mentions, well, you all had a bite to eat, or are we just heading off on the road?
As far as I'm concerned, the first to get to them gets to keep their share of the lot.
Well, if you say, I suppose we'll be heading out best as we can. If the rest are fine with it, of course.
Morgana looks at Ren and kind of shrugs and stands up.
Ren sort of shrugs back and hops off her seat with a clang of metal and the little thud of a little walking stick. I go, okay, come on then, let's go.
Whisper kind of blinks behind a mask and just stands up silently.
This is the most non-committal party ever. Alright, well, we all just fell together. Let's go get those bandits then.
Alright. Are you headed down the road?
Yes.
As we are.
Alright, heading into the wilderness. Hills partitioned into fields and pastures by fieldstone fences or hedges surround Red Larch. A mile or so outside the town, cultivated areas give way to unspoiled wilderness. Miles of hills, woods, and grasslands stretch on as far as the eye can see, filled with plentiful wildlife. And so you are heading down the Cairn Road, thus named because sort of at intervals every sort of mile or so there is a rock cairn that's been built from loose rocks. And you can see in the distance, a little way from the road, you can see there's like a brush-choked dell. And you can see that there appears to be a cave over there. Now, you can see around a fire there are 4 surly-looking humans sharpening their blades. They're all sat around a campfire, and nearby you can see a wagon, and it's got a big cage on top of it. And inside the cage, a black bear paws at the bars.
Oh boy, bear attacks.
Yeah, hang on, let me just... I'm just going to make sure the scene is set up properly with the people all sitting around a fire. Oops, I forgot to put a fire token down. Fortunately, I have one of those already prepared.
We're on the cutting edge, folks.
Yeah. I didn't have a wagon token though. I probably should have made one of those.
That's okay. Gunnar looks sort of amused at how easy these people were to find. They're not used to like, are you guys just walking casually down that road?
Yeah,
I
Morgana
am.
won't be in a hurry. Yeah.
No reason to really rush
Okay.
about it.
Ren
Yeah.
doesn't really have a choice in the matter.
She'd probably be
Also-
catching up with Ren about something.
Yeah, I mean, you guys can see them easily in the distance because of the fire. Of course, you guys set off in the evening, so it's already nighttime actually right now.
Mhm.
In fact, I should, hang on, that's the wrong thing.
Fun fact, most of us have dark vision except for, what, 2 people?
Yeah, I believe so.
And one of the 2 people that are currently not able to see super well in the dark is one, the paladin, which is kind of funny, and
Yes.
2.
Yeah, actually, I'm gonna have to turn on dynamic lighting actually because
Oh.
I don't expect you guys to go out immediately at night time. Dynamic lighting is enabled. So now if
I
I
already
select...
know what I'm gonna do.
Oh boy.
So do I.
I like, however, how the loudest member of our party is also going to be not seeing very well. And they have some interesting weapons. Let's put it at that.
Oh, is there no way to make the whole place dark?
Is it
How
not
do we
already that by default?
I have no idea. It should be that when I select your tokens, I might just have to turn it off for now and just keep it for like when you're in dungeons and things, because this, yeah.
Just for
Dynamic
reference,
lighting,
for everyone
let's
else,
disable it. Okay, let's assume that you can see them because of the fire.
Yep.
Because yeah, it's pretty dark out, but you can see where they are because of the fire. So I'm just going to move your token over to here.
Yay.
So here you are. Did somebody just drop out?
Yeah, that's me. I'll be 2 seconds.
Okay,
It's
that's
alright,
fine.
just have to reload a second.
Right, so here you are. You can see. Are you all there? Are you
Yep.
in the new map?
Yes.
Okay, so you guys are on the road. You can see bandits sat around a fire in the distance. Now, since it is nighttime and it's hard to see, how are... oh wait, I'm gonna have to remove Bacchus, aren't I? Because he's not here.
Yeah.
Um,
Everyone ignore that half orc.
Yeah, I wonder where else went.
He remained
oh,
at the bar.
Oh no.
We have another
He's
Kale
still-
situation.
Pretty much.
Kale. Okay. So, that's where they are. That's where you are. Feel free to change your walking order. Also, Morgana, you cannot see shit in this. So how are you seeing? Have you got a torch, light spell, or something? Or are you grabbing onto one of the party? Because everyone else.
I'm probably
Hephaestus.
standing next to Ren and just
Hephaestus-
casually following the clunk of her leg every time it hits the floor.
Okay, so you can't see much, but in the distance you can see a fire with the vague outline of some people around it, and you can sort of vaguely see that there's some kind of a cage with an animal in it over there, something moving around and making noises. Hephaestus,
Animal, you
can...
say?
Yeah, Hephaestus, you can see about the same amount. You can't see very far in this light, but the other party walking around you, and just the amount that you can make out through the moonlight has allowed you to just about see your way. You will have disadvantage for making attacks in this light, though.
Right.
Kale has drunk himself into a half orc. What a twist!
Kale evolved into Barkus.
Oh no. He went from one drinking man to another.
Let's see.
This is gonna be
Hang on.
fun because
Wait,
all of us
that's-
are barely slower than these people too.
Hang on. If I do that and then turn on the dynamic lighting, I really want to show off the dynamic lighting because that would be really cool if we could do it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, just for reference.
Okay.
Oh,
Aha.
it works mostly.
Ooh.
Nice.
Now we just need
so you
Yeah.
guys who have dark vision, you ought to be able to see.
Nope.
Oh, hang on.
Nope.
we need to have it
it's
set
not-
on us.
Hang on. Oh, I know what the matter is. Hang on, let me just copy some tokens from here. I did all of your sight on a different map. That's what the matter is. So I'm just gonna.
Hey.
Ah.
So for
Yeah.
reference for everyone else, we got bored and I just said to Kate, "Hey, let's do this." And so we got set up with one of those Roll20 subscriptions, and now we have dynamic lighting that'll allow us to
So
stop.
those of you with dark vision should be able to see a
Oh, that's
dim radius
awesome.
of light around your character. Those of you
really
without
I
will
am
not be
farther
able
away
to
now.
see anything, I think.
That's
so-
okay.
I
So-
can see, I think.
Lizzie,
Yeah.
what can Morgana see?
So at the minute, there's like a very, very clear ring around the campfire and the people.
Yeah.
The right side of the screen is pitch black, and where I am is like tonal in between the light. It's mid,
Okay.
Oh,
twilight.
okay. I think I
Yeah,
know what's
same for
happening.
me.
Correct. Yeah.
So you can see others people's dark vision radiuses is what's happening.
Oh, right. Have I done something wrong and made it so that other players can accidentally see it? Also, I've made that.
It might be because
campfire
we can
too.
all move each other's tokens around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi guys, we're doing some
Sorry.
live debugging.
Yeah. Sorry. Okay, that's better. So the campfire's a bit better now. And
First
right.
friends
So
always play
Morgana,
technical issues.
Morgana, you do not emit light. Okay. Barkus does. Okay. All players see light should be unchecked for all of you. And all of you should have sight. Oh right. You should have has sight. Save changes. Is that? What can you see now?
Well, I can see everything, but how about everyone else?
Okay. I mean.
I can still see everything.
So can I.
Okay.
Oh well.
Oh.
Oh boy.
At least we've got
That's
some
right,
cool
okay.
effects for the moment.
Yeah. Oh well. I guess we'll work it out as we go. I guess.
We can see where light and dim is at least, and I think that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we can see like to some extent at least. So yeah, there are the bandits. And they, being humans and being next to a bright campfire and you guys being out on the road, they can't see you, and they would probably
Okay.
assume that no human would be able to sneak up on them in these conditions. But most of you aren't human, so
Ozzy's gonna just casually walk. Turn a movement.
That's very confident of you. Gunnar is also that confident. Oh yeah, so it does have to do with token control.
ah.
I'm gonna be doing something on my next go round, so if anyone wants to do something cool before I do my thing, now is the time.
Yeah, sure, I might as well. So I'm going to demonstrate one of his habits, which is to say, Hauser is just going to take a second to set up a little something of his. He's just going to get a small rock carved out
Oh,
of the
here
ground.
we go.
This is a small rock. There's a reason for this small rock, and you will find out why, possibly.
Okay. So you've used a a cantrip?
Yep, it's Mold Earth.
Okay.
Mold
So
Earth,
you've
which
just
is
made
to say...
yourself a little rock.
Yep,
Okay.
and that's pretty much
That
it.
is. It's an S spell, which means you have to speak to cast it.
Ah, that is true.
Yeah. So the bandits all sort of jump up and look out into the darkness at the sound of somebody talking, and they sort of go, "Do you hear that? It sounds like someone talking. Someone out there." And they sort of peer out into the darkness, and one of them gets a bow and fires out an arrow into the gloom. And oh shit, I've left my dice in the other room. Oh, this is going brilliantly. Just a second.
I love this.
What you'll be doing,
Physical difficulties this time.
Yeah, I love it.
I've moved up closer, so if you want Morgana to be up there as well, Lizzie, I'm assuming I probably would have grabbed hold of you anyway if you weren't paying attention. I would have
I
been
like how we have two people
Yeah.
who can't see in the darkness helping each other
Yeah.
out.
right, I'm back. Dice.
I can see in the
No,
dark.
yeah,
I can.
Rock gnome.
Oh yeah, that's
Their
right.
whole
Sorry,
thing
I was
is
thinking.
being
I was thinking of
underground.
halfling, not gnome.
No, see,
Yeah.
I've,
That's the
I've
other
got-
one.
I've got my buddy. I am enacting the buddy system.
We're big
buddy
on the
system,
buddy
woo.
Your
system.
buddy.
Do you have your buddy? Do not lose your buddy.
Hold on to your buddy firmly.
He has no
Hold
buddy.
his hand at all times.
Gently yet sadly caress your buddy.
Although I guess like the other thing is we kind of suck at stealth anyway, so.
I was going to say, yeah.
We're gonna go loud pretty
I was
quickly.
trying to move slowly, given I know how much noise I make, but you know.
Okay, the arrow does not hit anywhere close to where the sound came from. It just go. You hear the twang and the whoosh of an arrow going flying off into the night somewhere, and you hear the bandit shout out, "Oi, whoever's out there, don't come any closer."
Well, he might as well do one other thing while he's at it. He's going to enact a nice thing that stone sorcerers have, which is stone's durability.
Okay.
And so his AC abruptly goes from 12 to 18. Or sorry, yeah, 13 plus con mod plus whatever the shield is, so...
Nice. Okay.
And so now, and the other thing is, everyone else will notice that Gunnar now looks like a statue of a dwarf.
Excellent.